Hello, everyone. So this is the new session of the International Online Conference on Women in Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics with the subtitle of Resilience, Sustainability, and Governance. In this session, we'll be hearing Sevilay speak she has, it's a particularly interesting participant because she's a woman in STEM, in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So she has all this background and interesting life path, which I now pass the word to her. Hello, Sevilay.
Yeah, hello, Carlos. Thanks. Thank you very much for inviting me for this conversation, for this conference.
Thank you. That's for accepting.
Very kind of you. Yeah. I have a background of engineering. I graduated from civil engineering department, and I worked as an employee for 7 years in construction site, in the office, in Turkey. I'm from Turkey. I live in Turkey. And also I worked in Senegal. My last project was in Senegal. I worked there for 1.5 years, and the working conditions there were a little bit tough for me.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And yeah, I worked as an employee, but working as an employee for me was not so the thing that I wanted, you know. And then I wanted to change something, but I didn't know what to change. I wanted to change my career, and I wanted to become an airline pilot because I was working in the airport project. I saw the pilots, they were their life was amazing for me. And then as soon as I finished the project in Senegal, I came back to Turkey and I studied for the exams for being an airline pilot in Turkish Airlines. I could pass the first exam, the written exam. I could pass the speaking exam. And at that period, I figured out that there are lots of opportunities in online business. And I discovered selling stuff on Amazon or eBay, Etsy, and doing your own website, creating your own brand, like marketing, etc. I tried one of them, and the first one was Shopify, and the second one was Amazon dropshipping model. I made my first $13 after 1 week. I was like, my mind was confused. Either I want to be a pilot or I want to continue online business, because for me, why I was I was trying to become an airline pilot because just I wanted to travel and working at the same time. But having your own business and you can work remotely. I'm talking about 4 years ago, before the pandemic, and I was my mind was confused. I was trying to decide which to choose, because if I become a pilot, I cannot continue with online business. I will not have that time, And I chose online business, and after a while, I could make enough money to support myself and to make enough money as I was making money as an engineer in the earlier time. And at the time, I decided to travel around the world because this was my end goal. I took my backpack and I went to the United States. I traveled for 3 months. I could sell stuff online, and also I could travel. And there I figured out that this is not what I want, because of course I was happy. Of course it was my dream, but I was not that much happy that I was expecting. And that time I was people heard that I was making money online. They were asking me, how did you do? And can you help us? How did you create your account? I was getting those kind of questions, and I was trying to help them and trying to respond them, answer their questions. That time I felt much more happier than traveling alone. And And I also took a training about entrepreneurship. It's not about, okay, I have a business, let's make it happen. It's not like that. It's about like finding your own purpose, yourself first, and then you can create an impact for the others. So I got this training, and my mind suddenly changed. I was trying to help others just by myself, and then at, at the end of this training, I discovered that I can gather all the experts in an online education platform, and then we can make bigger impact on in the world. You know. Then I started this project online on 2019. I was I was totally alone. I was not like I was trying to find what to do. Then I had my business partners. I had my team. I built my team, and then now I gather like for trainers, lecturers in the platform. We are starting our first training on the 2nd of August, which is very excited for us on Monday. And yeah, this is how is my like life story.
Yeah, the money for the financing for your project, which it's very interesting to you in a way you're in ed tech, education technologies for digital business. It's you
Yeah,
can say, if you want you can say the name of your business for
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
online.
It's about, yeah, it's earn line. It means earn your own life. It's like it's not about making money. Of course, we all make money, but it's about earning your own life. This is come from earn online and earn your life.
That's a great project, and it's interesting. The financing, the initial financing. Did you have sponsors?
No,
Was the banking crowdfunding?
no. Actually, we don't like. Of course, we all need money for business as well, but in our like we manifest something that we don't want to go somewhere else. It's not about this business. It's not just making money. If we have like crowdfunding or like as you said virtual venture capital, our business model should be changed, you know,
Yeah.
just to make money. That's why we are kind of against of those kind of things, just to keep going what we believe in, what we want to do as an impact on others. We want to gather all the correct information, sustainable online business model for making money, and we want to gather like we want to keep updating our education and trainings, everything.
So it's in a way it's almost like a benefit corporation or a like or a non-profit organization that works for the as a platform for people to empower people through technology.
Yeah, it's kind of course we will need to make money to grow our business, but it's not just to make money, you know. We want to spread all around the world. Of course, we start in Turkey and it's Turkish for now, but we want to go like expand to like in abroad. We will switch the English and the other languages.
I remember when we first spoke that you said that you were trying to expand to Europe, to different European countries, including Portugal. Wasn't I have
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course, this is our goal, but we will need to start small, and then when we create the system which works by itself, we will switch the other languages. Of course, it's gonna take time, but this is our goal also.
were there it's interesting civil engineering were there many how many women were in New York?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is a kind of funny story. I was the only woman in around like 1,500 people, and it was kind of like different experience, because I had the advantage and disadvantage of being a woman in a construction site. And I mean, I had to behave like a man, otherwise the workers were not listening to my voice. And sometimes I had the advantage of being a woman, only woman in the concerts. They were like treating me well, okay. But of course, being alone is totally hard for a woman, especially because after work you cannot go out anywhere just by yourself. If you go with somebody else, there will be like gossiping. You can imagine. And yeah, working as an engineer in the construction site as a woman was always hard for me, actually, in total. As I said, you have to change your own character. I am not a person that I can give order like, yeah, you need to do this, you have to do this, blah blah. I'm kind of like soft, like, just can you please, blah blah. And of course, in the construction site, this is not working. So either I had to change my own character or I had to change my career. I choose to change my career because I don't want to lose myself.
It's an interesting point because that's one of the problems that has marked women working in, especially in certain areas, including STEM, that they are expected to behave like men, but
Mm-hmm.
it actually closes the diversity within the organizations in terms of the ability to respond and to have different views and different experiences. Or I believe even if you have a diverse team, but the women are expected to behave like the men. In a sense, is not only deviating them from themselves, but also reducing the ability of the organization to adapt. And in terms of diversities, I believe this is a problem. But
Yeah.
but it's very interesting. And but in your college degree, when you were taking your college degree, how many women were taking it?
It was around 17 women
17 women.
in 130 in total.
Lord.
Yeah, it was kind of hard as well. Yeah, but actually, I was like, I wanted to become a computer engineer, but my point was not enough, and then I chose civil engineering. Not, I was not conscious, you know. Okay, let's choose this civil engineering. Yeah, I actually I love my job. I really love my job as an engineering. I learned a lot, but the problem is being an engineer and being an employee in total, it's not something that I wanted to be, you know, because I wanted to um I wanted to take some decisions, but I couldn't because of like, you know, hierarchy. I had to ask to my manager, then they will reply blah blah, and I couldn't change anything in my work. It, and also for me, working as an engineer in Senegal, especially with high standards of materials in the airport, but I also see the people who are struggling with water beside me, beside the airport, the construction site. I was like, why, you know, why do you like spend your money just bringing one marble from London, which is too expensive, and why you don't do like construction for this water, bringing the water for the village. That time also I lost my belief, like mm, in engineering and everything. I changed. I wanted to change. I think all of them, like I gathered all of the reason. At the end, I said, okay, this is it.
It's very interesting because there has been a study, some studies on women in tech, and women, there are many women that end up abandoning their careers in tech companies, and during there was, I think, I don't know if it was Kaspersky Labs or Trust Radius that produced one. It was one of these reports that I've seen recently on women in tech. And during the COVID crisis, women suffered a lot in terms of in tech. The gender gap amplified,
Yeah.
and the issue of irritation of retention of women employees in tech is a problem, because they many of them tend to leave. But there was an interesting gap in one of the statistics that showed that more women created their own business during the abandoned their companies to create their own business than men. And
Yeah.
it's an interesting point, because this also talks about a certain male culture orientation within the engineering and the technological side, that ends up influencing organizational culture and how women feel within those organizations, and that they tend to, and this interesting idea of tending to live to, even in terms of career progression, there's problems, and they tend to live and create their own business. So this actually amplifies female entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
women entrepreneurship within tech, which is an interesting point.
Yeah, actually, I really like how like women supporting each other, becoming more and more like I can see in my like circle, I have the support from other women, which is more than the earlier, because in the past, when I was working as an employee, like whoever was it like I was stuck in the career because of other women, and they were like gossiping, they were trying to uh, uh like take you down. But as soon as I start work as in like I start to create my own business, I had lots of support from other women, and I also support them. And in my team, like 90% of my team is like women. It's not why I choose. I mean, like they came to me and they support me. That's why we are a team now. And um yeah, it's not something like feminism. It's not something that I don't want any men in my business. Of course, I love men. I like their working style, but we need to support which is the which has the less advantage in the area, you know. Um, yeah, so we need to all support them. I really like when men support women, especially in business, in every area actually. Yeah, thanks
The
for having me.
yeah, do you feel do you ever feel like a possible role model for women in tech?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I have many in tech. I don't know what to say, but in Turkey we have vaccine from Germany. The one who invented that vaccine were two couples, a Turkish couple, but they were living in Germany. I really love them and their way of thinking, because like they said that in our own wedding we were working. We were working on the like science, and I really admire them. I don't know if I can impact any other women or any people by creating my own like brand, like Earnline, because I really want to, because there are lots of people all around the world who are struggling in terms of money, in terms of like salary, they have they are afraid of quitting job, like getting fired. And but I discovered as soon as I wanted to start this business, I did lots of research, and I found out that there are lots of opportunities in internet. Of course, there are scam, but there are many opportunities. We all need to be patient. We all need to find the right information. That's why I created this brand. That's why I wanted to gather all the experts. Not I'm not gonna explain, or I cannot know everything. If I gather all the experts in a platform, this is what I want to do. And yeah.
And it's working out great. So
Yeah.
it's a great, it's a great project, because we, in terms of sustainability and empowerment, it's very important to have these types of projects in terms
Mhm.
of educational technologies or educational platforms, even fintech also for financial inclusion. So because the disruptions are happening, and the
Mhm.
digitalization is happening even faster. So you see in the case of COVID-19, but I have a few students that they're taking aeronautics, and
Mhm.
I teach math at aeronautics.
Mhm.
I taught math at aeronautics this year, and there were a few students very interested in fintech and wanted to win money online, playing the markets. It's a little bit different. They were always saying, hey, professor, do you know about the Bitcoin rose from, it fell from, okay, be careful not to
So
have your Bitcoin wallet hacked and all the money stolen. But they were
yeah.
around this issue of being able, but the main point for them was to be able to be financially
Mm.
self-sufficient
Yeah.
using
That's correct.
using the digital. And the and that's an issue, that's an issue that's coming. And with the disruption of the coronavirus, it led to a further digitalization. So we're
Yeah.
speaking through this. I didn't know the Zoom platform before this crisis. I didn't know
Yeah,
about it.
actually.
Now
Yeah,
I'm doing a
actually
conference on.
this is another problem for people. Like, they want to make money, but they want to make money suddenly. This is not the
Yeah.
real world. Oh, this is like gambling. If you want to make money from Bitcoin or other coins, you have to study. Like, you have to study like an expert. Again, like selling anything on online, like Amazon, eBay, Etsy, or doing your own brand, creating your own business, and selling stuff. This is gonna take time also. This is not one night success. This we will we are struggling um, to, to explain this is not overnight success. We like, we try to explain deeply that you need to be patient. You need to work hard. I was working 16 hours in a day, more than I was working as an employee, just to learn how this business works, you know. But now I have my own team. I make money again from online business, and I have my team. I created a system to make money, and now I have my own time to work for others. I mean, like, take care of take care of others. And this is what why I created this brand also. I don't want people to suffer with their time and their money. I want them. I want to teach them that making money is not as hard as you think. You need to have your own time to think about yourself, to think about what you want to do in this world, what you want to do in your life, and how you can impact others, how you can change the world in a good way. Nature, people. How, that's why I created this brand.
So in online, you try to go to support in terms of educational an orientation towards business creation around sustainability and people solving problems for
Yeah,
communities.
actually, yeah, this is not a result of Earn9, but as they have enough money, they will have enough time also to think about themselves. After that, they will try, like, how how my life changed. I could make money, I could make enough money, and then I could travel, and then I could have my own time, and then I discovered that this is not what I wanted. I discovered that helping others is my stuff, and we all, like, we are human, and we want to support others. um, but this emotion, we cannot, because we always think about the money and the bills, the invoices that we have to pay. If we have enough money, we can have enough time to think about others and ourselves.
Thank you very much, Sevilay. It was great. If it was a great participation and
Thank you, Carlos,
great
for
thoughts, great thoughts. We'll continue to link on LinkedIn, and it's yeah, I think
yeah.
it will be it was a great participation in terms of others looking at and seeing a woman in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics who's an entrepreneur, wants to help others, and an excellent example of a positive impact of technology and in technology.
Thank you very
In
much, Carlos, for having me here, and I really appreciate this conference, and I really appreciate that you support women.
yeah,
And yeah, we will keep in touch. And
yeah. Actually, there's the people have been asking me that question. Why did you? I support. Actually, I support in general diversity in tech. It's one of
mhm.
my main but some participants have asked me, why did you, being a man, they didn't say being a man, but why do you did you come up with this subject matter for the conference? And actually it's the main issue. My main issue is about diversity in tech.
Mhm.
It's a real concern, uh, because of another dimension, which today you presented the positive side. I'll present the dark side at the end, which is my main concern about diversity. It's the challenges that we face, and lack of
Yeah,
diversity in science reduces the talent to face those challenges. Global
yeah.
warming, global pandemics, for instance. This is just one example, but many crises can come. We had that rainfall in Germany this week and in European countries that was terrible, and in China
Mhm.
even also. So we have extreme weather phenomena that are linked to global warming. We have ecosystem problems, pollution, microplastics. I can't eat fish anymore. No, it's true.
Yeah,
I started to have allergy to food that I used to love, and I can't eat it now because
yeah.
of
That's
chemicals,
terrible.
because of and the problems we'll face are existential threats.
Mhm.
The global warming is coming. With the ice caps melting, there can be viruses or that can spread, or bacteria even, but that were trapped in the ice. They've talked about this. I'm not a virologist, but they've talked about this possibility of diseases, of new pandemics coming from melting ice. We have extreme weather, ecosystem disruption, desertification, and all this. And these are global challenges that we'll have to face. And to
Yeah.
face them, we'll need diversity of thinking. We cannot have cultural diversity, even in the technical realm, even because we tend to think in terms of those from the technical side, from the engineering and so on, we think in terms of the language of mathematics. But the cultural diversity, but within a cultural framework, organizational, or within the male-centered and a cultural framework, and in some organizations even that there's ethnicity biases, racial biases, gender biases, and this reduces the diversity of thought in terms of solving these problems. My other problem is AI. And that's one of the main reasons for this conference, because AI biases come from lack of diversity. Some of the AI biases come from lack of diversity. And we have excellent examples like the AI bots for hiring people.
Yeah.
That are
in Amazon.
Yeah.
In Amazon,
no, the case.
AI fires the employees in the Amazon. They start,
and does not hire as many women.
Yeah.
Women. So the technology can be inclusive, but it can also be divisive.
Yeah.
But to avoid this pitfall of division, we need diversity. Diversity of everything: cultural diversity, ethnic diversity, gender diversity, all this coming in to solve these problems. So that's one of my main reasons. My main problem is actually lack of diversity, and seeing how technology can be used, and the dangers that come from lack of diversity within technology. It's one of my main problems. But
there are lots of talented people all around the world, especially like in the countries, like third world countries, but they are not educated. They are talented, but they are not educated. If we educate them, like girls and boys, like, I'm pretty sure that they will make a really big impact, but they don't have that opportunity. They don't know what they don't know, that's the problem. And we need to spread the education all around the world, and we need to support especially those who doesn't have that opportunity. As you said, we cannot close our eyes when anything happens in another country. This is our world, and we will need to take care of the world. In Turkey, we have fire in 5 cities at the same time. I don't know it was in purpose or not, but in the south of Turkey is burning right now, and we don't know what to do, and we don't have enough technology, enough planes to stop the fire, and it's spreading to houses, and many people died in fire. And this is really global warming. We need to take care of our own planet.
Mega fires is one of the issues that's now being highly discussed about global warming. In the summer, here in Portugal, we had those problems, both from arson, criminal intent, but those summers, extremely warm summers, there have been it was a calamity. One year it was a calamity. But regarding entrepreneurship, it's interesting because in what you said, because in Africa, I produced an economic, I contributed to an economic intelligence report a few years ago, and I studied the African case about in terms of Africa digital entrepreneurship and crowdfunding projects. And it's very interesting to see the cultural dimensions to crowdfunding for different regions of the world. In the African region, the crowdfunding was mostly devoted to community problems, namely to solving farming problems, to help farmers get their funding, and they're very creative crowdfunding projects. Like there's one, I think it's iCow, if I'm not mistaken, where you can buy a cow or a participation in a part of a cow, a digital, that is linked to an actual cow, and part of the proceeding, and the people that contributed to it are contributing to a local farmer, and that local farmer gets the money that he or she needs to support their business, and they sell, and the results from that business part go to the crowdfunding, but it's a more or less equity, real more or less but there is this microfinancing approach, which has also been linked to educational projects that use low tech. In some countries, you don't have the internet. It's the problem of inclusion also. But there was one which I found it. I don't remember. I don't know if it's farmable. I don't remember the name, but they used SMS system and created a form of Wikipedia based on SMS to educate farmers to get better results from the land, and it's very interesting because they link that also to crowdfunding and to an educational project online with donations from people which were channeled then to support this microfinancing. So it's those are the positive sides of digital inclusion, and as you said, education is key here. Education, digital, the spread of internet access, it's a key factor here. Thank you very much.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Carlos, for having me.
Yeah, and it was a great participation especially for women wanting to go into this field, into ed tech, wanting to be independent and support themselves. So Sevilay is a great example. With your permission, I'll put the link to the online.
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay.
No, as I said, now this is English. This website is Turkish, but we will switch soon to English. Just consider that.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I remember because I went to the website and saw you speaking in Turkish. I didn't understand except a few things that were said in English.
yeah, we will switch to English as soon as possible.
But Google Translate works marvelously.
yeah, exactly.
A few bugs, but it's working increasingly better. Their AI is
yeah. If anybody has any question, they can contact me directly through LinkedIn, through online, through Instagram, everywhere. If anyone has a question, I can do my best to reply it.
You're not on Twitter?
Sorry?
You're on Twitter? Not on Twitter?
I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram.
Okay, you're on Twitter.
Everywhere.
I have to find you on Twitter then. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put your links then on the video description. Okay. So the video will be available very, very soon. I think between I'll finish the session now. The recording will be available in the next half hour or so. Okay.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
See you later. Okay.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, and all the best for online and all the success for online.
Thanks for you too.